to share the last fortnight with you and to meet many of you personally. There are many presentations this morning, and so I won't delay things any further with a long speech. However, I must extend my own personal thanks to all the people who have helped organise the event over the last fortnight and supported me personally in so many ways, from the control team to the staff here at the university. To each and every one of you who has been involved in making this championships happen, my many, many thanks. Out front with me this morning are Peter Perland, who will be announcing the prize winners, Phil Eyre, the ECF Chief Executive, David Eustace, the ECF Finance Director, and also our special guest, former British Seniors Champion, Mr. David Anderton, who is retiring after working for the ECF in various capacities for 50 years and will be presenting all the prizes. I'm now going to hand over to Mr. Eyre for opening remarks.
Okay, thank you, Kevin, and well done. A very good championship. I think it's safe to say that players who have attended this and participated in this wonderful competition over the chessboard are feeling very good about the University of Warwick. I mean, excellent hosting, good facilities, and the good spirit in which the games were played. 3 names pop up to me at this closing ceremony, and others will speak more fully about these 3 names, but they are Jonathan Hawkins, ECF Player of the Year and British Championship champion, Akshaya, whose wonderful junior performance in the main championship is truly remarkable, and David Anderton, whose service to the British Chess Federation and the English Chess Federation over a span of a half century is absolutely superb and vital to where we are today. And then looking out at this prize-giving ceremony audience, people on the internet cannot see, I don't think, but I have never seen the attendance at a closing ceremony as populated as this, and for that I thank you. And I think it's a testament to the organization within the tournament. And thanks to all concerned for doing that. The ECF team did a very good job with the conduct of the tournament, and we can improve some things, and we will surely find some things to improve, but it was good. There is one glaring issue, and that is the outside presentation of the championships to an audience that was on Chess 24. And we received a fair amount of criticism, justified criticism, for coming into the global stage and not putting our best foot forward. So the English Chess Federation will definitely look into the situation, do a complete review as we normally do in an after action on a major event like this, and not have this happen again. Next time we see the British Chess Championships on the internet in some fashion, it's going to be in Bournemouth, and British chess will be putting its best foot forward. And you have my personal word on that. So thank you for coming to the prize giving. It is an exceptionally good time to be in British chess. It's exciting, it's on the rise, and it's all for the better. So, Mr. Arbiter.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have played in quite a few championships over the years, starting off in Leamington in 1958, just a few yards down the road, and including Coventry in 1970 on this particular campus. And I can say with confidence that these have been the best playing conditions that I have experienced over that time. This has been a first-class venue with admirable facilities nearby, The fact that this event has run smoothly is due in no small measure to the group staff, including Clive Singleton, the conference manager, Sharon Smith, the conference coordinator, who has worked with the Federation in the 21 months lead-up period to the event, and to their duty officers and staff. And we are most grateful to them for all their hard work, which has contributed to making this event such a success. As someone who has served the Federation in a number of capacities over the years, there is one recurring question which one gets, and that is, what does the Federation do for me? It is, of course, the wrong question. The question should be, what can I do for the Federation? But if one is pressed to answer it, the answer is many things, but two of them are most visible in this fortnight. The first is the publication of the grading list on the eve of the event, and the second is the championships themselves. This year with an all-time record entry of 1,192. Both of these activities are part of the home directorship of Alex Holojek, who has a colossal portfolio which he discharges with energy and enthusiasm. The Congress control team carry out their duties in a truly professional manner, and we are very grateful to them for all of their long hours of service on your behalf. I want to mention two other stalwarts of the event. John Philpott, the company secretary and the Congress treasurer, amongst the many other hats he has, who manages the finances for the event. And he devoted over a year of his life to running the ECF office in Battle without remuneration before Gary Wilson's appointment as office manager. And that was a major factor in restoring the finances of the Federation. And I pay tribute to him, an unsung hero, and I hope that is generally recognized. And finally, I want to mention Kevin Staveley, the Congress manager. This is his second Congress, second successful Congress, a paragon of calm and quiet efficiency, who I hope will continue in office for many years to come.
Thank you both. As has already been said, the help and support of the control team have been invaluable to me. And I'm now going to ask David to present a small memento of this year's championships to them with my many thanks. Firstly, to Peter Perlin.
Right, the other control team, starting off with John Philpott.
I think they want to photograph you.
Thank you, John. Thank you, David, for remembering.
Shall we just put John by one side and have a group photograph of all the controllers? That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yes, nice.
Stay.
Yep. Okay.
Good.
David Eustace.
Sage isn't strong enough.
Right, David Welsh. Assuming he's safe to leave the video for a minute or two, Matt Carr. Julian Clissold. Jeff Gammon. Alex Holacek. Tony Tatum. Russell Doddington. David Clayton. Ah, right. He's still working. Arnold Glutton. Not sure who's going to take this photo.
Don't worry, might be better for the camera not to have it. Thank you.
Ravi Kumar.
Well done, Remy.
Sheila Jackson. Tracy Whitfield. And last but by no means least, the gentleman who was director of the Congress when I first started 33 years ago, Stuart Reuben.
Right, so we're all ready for the photograph. Let me get that out of the way. Squeeze up.
Squeeze.
Small ones in the front.
Small one on the left, Stuart.
Careful.
That's fallen off the back of the stage.
Dave, nudge forward. Why are the three people looking miserable?
Because the Congress has ended. That's why they're looking.
That deserves another photograph for Stuart. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We now move on to the prizes for the morning and afternoon events. A couple of things. If you receive a trophy without a plate, obviously in some cases there are ties. Could you please see Kev after the prize giving is finished, and he will arrange for the plates to be sent on. Also, from the juniors' point of view, the best game prizes, they will be announced on the web and a cheque will be sent on. We start off with the AM Open Week 2. A few people, of course, have had to go home, and hopefully we do have the first equal Glen House here. Yes, there's Glen.
Well done. Thank you.
Moving on to the Week 2 PM, in second equal position, Timothy Foster. Max French. Iona Kelly. Colin Ramage. And our winner, Jonathan C. Wells. We now have the Major Open. In fourth place, James Morby. Second equal, Oliver Gill. And Nathan Talbot. And our winner with 9.5 points, Thomas Fodard Jr.
Then there's a trophy for this one. Oh, the winner of the major Olympics.
The trophy was presented quite a few years ago by the City of Dundee when we held the championships up there. We now move on to the under 160. Two players second equal, Nigel Livesey. And Jonathan Wright. The winner was Rishal Carrier, who unfortunately is unable to attend. The under 120, we had three first equals, Sean Doherty, Timothy Allen, and a 10-year-old player, Aman Bogner.
Chickens.
Can I have one looking this way as well, please?
Yes, of course. We are.
Thank you, that's lovely, thank you.
Moving on to the over 65, under 150, which I think is grade, not age. We have second equal, Peter Rawcliffe. Carrick McGilchrist. Derek Simpson. And in fact, I know she's unable to attend, but she deserves a clap as everybody else has, Dinah Norman. And the winner, pretty local player, Leamington Spa, Roy Hadfield.
Very well done. Thank you.
The over 50 championship, we only have one of the prize winners here, and I find it difficult to believe he's over 50, Glenn House. We now move on to the under 10 championship. These are now the junior age championships. Third equal, but unfortunately unable to attend, was Sabin Dyers. Second, and the boys champion, Arjun Kalani from Hastings. At first, with a perfect score, 7 out of 7, Venetia Sivarajasingham from Cardiff. We've now got a representation from the first week, and I would, before he leaps up, I would like to just say a quick word about Aditya Verma. He played in 4 different events, a total of 34 games. He won 18, drew 9, lost only 7. He won 2 British championships. I think he's a young gentleman with a lot of stamina. So to represent his under-11 trophy, could I please have Aditya Verma?
I'd like you to stand a little straighter if you don't mind. That's lovely. Oh, that's brilliant. In fact, you both look lovely.
Right. Thank you, Aditya, right? The under-12 championship was a 3-way tie between Mahima Raghavendra, Harvey Zhang,
Pleased about this. Thank you. That's much better.
and Aditya Verma.
Another smile.
You have to have another one. Can't get away like this. Thank you.
We will now represent the under-13 trophies, of which the girls' champion was Shayana Sivarajasingham. And the under-13 champion, Kobe Kalavanan. Moving on to the under-14 event. The under-14 girls' champion was Imogen Camp. And I should mention she was also girls under-15 champion. In second equal place were 5 players. Max N. Turner from Berwick. Anshu Ramaya from Surrey.
Look a little happier.
Dominic Miller from Worthing. Kobe Kalavanan, Surbiton. and Elliot Cox, Chelmsford. And the winner of the under-14s, Jake Holton from Whitney.
Good, thank you.
The under-16 championships, our girls' champion was Zoe Varney. 3 players were second equal. Billy Twig-Mollissey is not able to be with us, but we do have Sam Herring, and Tarangina. I'm looking round and I don't think he has managed to make it back, but our champion was Michael Ashworth. Before the presentation of prizes of the championship, we have a couple of special presentations, and I will ask Mr. David Eustace to introduce these.
Good morning, everyone. I've got the privilege of just announcing a couple of things, and I'll proceed. You will all remember last week we held a minute's silence for a number of people, amongst whom was Neil Carr, who was a well-known junior chess player in the 70s and 80s, and he last played in the British Championship at Torquay in 2013. He tragically died just a couple of months ago at the age of 47, which is a great shame. There's lots to be found about his career on the websites, etc., so I'm not going to say too much about that, except that his family have very kindly announced that they would like to create a scholarship fund in Neil's name. So we're going to have the Neil Carr Scholarship Fund for the highest placed eligible player in the under-10 British Championship. And that fund should last at least 10 years. And that will go to someone, and they will be able to participate in the UK Academy that we're just setting up, the Chess Academy. So I'd like to thank the Carr family on behalf of us all. And next year we will be presenting the first prize, okay? So shall we thank the Neil Carr family? So next year there'll be another prize to award at the British Championships. Right, I've got a special honoured privilege actually to talk about someone else. The person I'm talking about has been around for a very, very long time in British chess and English chess. The number of roles he's played has been extremely extensive, and I'll just list a few of them. He captained the England team for some 20 years, which is quite an achievement. He was our FIDE delegate. He's been on the FIDE executive board, the world governing body. So he's got a lot of knowledge about the international scene on chess. He's been our international director for many years, and he was our president. He's a trustee of the John Robinson Trust. He's been on many, many committees at the British Chess Federation and the ECF that we now have. He steered us through many problems. Buying the BCA British Chess magazine and then selling it. So we've seen both sides of that. He's been a huge tower of strength in British chess from the administrative point of view. I hope you all guessed who it is. David Anderton. my colleague here. So he's been a great administrator for chess. He's also raised money for chess, lots of it. He was instrumental in helping Duncan Laurie fund the England team, I think for some 20 years. Legal and General in support of the National Club Championships, the Phillips and Drew tournaments in the 80s, Acorn Computers. He helped set up the London Docklands event when Docklands was first becoming on the map. The USSR versus the rest of the world, which was a great event, and also the GLC World Championship in the mid-80s. So David has done a huge amount of work for English chess. Must be for nearly 50 years. I did count it was 47, but I may be wrong, maybe 50. So I'd like to thank you, David, on behalf of us all, for all that administrative work you've done. As you've sat on the ECF board, or BCF as it was, for many, many years, you look remarkably well, because you get all the slings and arrows thrown at you, and I don't see any holes. Great. Exceptional for an administrator in chess, David's maintained his playing strength. He's quite a strong player. He has always been a strong player. And in his latter years, you know, he's won the British over 65 championship, I think on 5 occasions. He's the current Staffordshire champion. So it's really good to have an administrator who knows how to play the game properly. I'm sure all the players will say that. Now, I'm not going to go on anymore. I could go on for half an hour about the achievements of David, and that would extend the prize giving so long, I'm sure you'll fall asleep. But David, I'm going to wish you and your family many happy years out of the administrative world of chess, but I'm sure we're all hoping that you come back and we see you at the board. Okay? Right. The ECF would like to make a very small contribution to you in respect of all your service. So please join me, David. A small gift, David, but I hope you will find it useful.
Thank you very much indeed. That's very kind.
You just see the gift picture as well as you, of course. That's lovely. Thank
Thank you very much.
Yes. Yes, please.
I've been asked next to make the presentation to the Player of the Year. Is of course Jonathan Hawkins. I think it was the constituency got it right, didn't they, to choose the British champion in this very year. So will he come forward, please? And the next presentation I have to make is for the John Robinson Fellowship. I'd just like to say a few words about John. John was an arbiter at the British Championships for many years, and he was also a prolific chess organizer. And he died in 2006 and left the Federation a princely sum of £700,000. He expressed the wish that from that bequest, at least 10,000 a year should be used for promoting the British Championship. And this has been a vital contribution to the quality of this event over the last few years. About £550,000 of the bequest was put into the John Robinson Youth Chess Trust. And the income from this is used mainly to support the ECF Junior Programme. Part of that programme is the award of the fellowship. This is chosen by David Openshaw as International Director and Tracy Whitfield as Junior Director. And this year, the prize goes to Alex Golding. Would you come forward, please?
Serious, they have the other one. Thank you.
You want to stay up as well, okay? Any good?
Right, the next prize that I would like to present is a prize for the best performance by a Welsh player. It's been presented in memory of Roy Clwes, who died sadly quite a few years ago. But this year, the outstanding performance with a perfect score in the under-10 championships, Venetia Sivaraja Singer. Now, we move on to the British Championship. We start off with the Best Game Award. The Alexander Best Game Award goes to Glenn Fleer. They tend not to know they're getting it to the last minute. Now, we also had a rating performance prizes. The under 2001 went to Akshaya Kelayalahan. The 2149 to 2000 to Adam A. Taylor. And the 2300 to 2150 to A. Hill of Battersea. Again, they tend not to know that they've scored that until every game is finished. We now move on to the British Under-18 Championship. This year, that was won by Matthew Wadsworth from Maidenhead. Fifth equal. Sorry, Kevin, am I? Yeah, fifth equal, I think. Yeah. Fifth equal, we had Mark Hepburn, Richard Pert, Aaron Summerscales, Chris Ward, and Simon Williams. Second equal, Danny Gorbali, Nicholas Pert, and David Howell has had to leave and leaves his apologies. We now move on to the under-21 championship, which was won by Peter Batchelor. The British Women's Championship was won by Akshaya Kalayalahan.
We're not doing that with the main one.
Lovely. Check you, mate. But don't use.
And there's another bill station.
Yes.
Take that as well.
And finally, English champion and British champion for 2015, Jonathan Hawkins.
Some money. Very good. This one as well.
Any more cameras looking at see if it's going for a bit.
Jonathan, traditionally you do say your word.
Okay, can I just say thank you to everyone involved in making the event happen this year. I think when the event runs so smoothly and the venue's so good, it helps everyone to concentrate on playing good chess. So I think that's why the event was so close and exciting this year. So, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the presentation and closing ceremony for this year's championships. Can I add my own congratulations to all our prize winners, those who are here today and those who have won tournaments earlier in the tournament and hopefully are now at home enjoying their achievements. Can I thank our guests for being with us this morning, and especially David Anderton, who has taken the time to present the prizes. Many, many thanks. The 2015 championships will now go down as the championships with the largest entry to date. We thank everyone for your participation, and we look forward to meeting you again in Bournemouth for the 103rd British Championships. Bournemouth last held the championships in 1936, and so perhaps it is fitting that we return there on the 80th anniversary of our last visit. To wherever you are travelling today, please have a safe journey home, and many thanks for being with us this morning.